Good morning. I know it's early for a lot of you. And as you can tell, I haven't talked any this morning. Um, Coming to you live a little bit early today. Um, I've got so many things to do, and it's because, when you own a house, there's always something that needs to be done. And I think I mentioned to you that I have a problem with a gutter that is overflowing, and I've had this problem before. And what it does is when it overflows like that, it goes down the wall and it goes into my basement. And then I have a little bit of water running through the dirt part of my basement. I have a half basement. Half of it is what I call the dirt room. The other half is let me adjust this just a little bit. The other half is semi-finished. Part of it is the utility room, and the other part is like a little sitting room or whatever. But it runs out of the dirt room, and luckily runs right into my pump. I can't even, the name just left me. It's too early for me. I shouldn't have done this so early. But so at least the sump pump goes into there. So at least it doesn't damage anything. It's just the thought that there's water running from under the house. And then the other day I had a leak in my kitchen. Water came out around the fixture. And I think I know, the water came, the original part of the problem is still that gutter. But I see where it needs to be sealed in a particular place. But anyway, just trying to tell you what the problem is, but trying to get somebody out here to do that, because it's such a small job and there's not that much in it for them. But still, it's a job. It's got to be done. This is on the back of my house, which is a 2-story. And I don't have a ladder. My son doesn't have a ladder tall enough to get up there to clean out the gutter. But anyway, my sister had a guy that worked on her roof, and he was encouraging her to call him if she needed anything else done. So I gave him a call. He said he would be out either Wednesday or Thursday. And I told him that I was going to be gone in the middle of the day on Wednesday because it was my birthday, and my sister took me out to lunch. But I waited yesterday, which is a day that I normally have an exercise class. That's my grocery store day. If I have any little fun errands to run, I do that. And so everything just kind of sat yesterday, and I waited, and I waited, and I waited, and I waited. And about 1:30, I called and got his voicemail and told him I really needed to know if he was coming out, because otherwise I had things I needed to do. And I never heard from him. He never called me back. So I went to about 4:30, about 4:15, I guess it was, a little after 4. I called him again, and he said, well, I can't find anybody with a tall ladder that wants to come out there. Well, he could have told me that in the morning. So I sat all day and still got nothing accomplished, except I did some things around here that needed to be done around the house. But I think what I'm going to do, my son's going to come by this afternoon after work, and we are going to go to Lowe's, and I'm going to buy me a tall ladder. I'm not going to get up on the ladder. Don't freak out. But if I have the tall ladder, I've got neighbors that will help me. And, there are people that will climb up there for me. My son might even do it. But, the point was I needed somebody out here, and he didn't come. So now I've got to go out and buy probably a 24-foot ladder. I think that'll be tall enough. It's just crazy what you have to go through to get something done anymore. But anyway, let me tell you about my week. It has been so busy with it being my birthday on Wednesday. My sister took me to a wonderful seafood restaurant. it's kind of out in the country. You wouldn't even know it was there unless somebody told you about it. But they have fresh seafood, and it's wonderful. It's just wonderful seafood. So we went out there for lunch, and it's a place that my family really enjoys. So I think we're going there again tonight, which is fine with me because I only get to go like on Mother's Day or birthday or something. So I haven't been in a while, so it'll be twice this week, but I probably won't go for another year, but it's still an awesome place. And of course, Thursday was a washout. Today I've got to catch up on all the things I didn't do yesterday. And I've got to go like to Lowe's. I need to go to Walmart. I need to go to the grocery store. So today is going to be pretty full. But I want to tell you what I'm doing, and it's going to look weird. Monday's tutorial, I've got one done for Monday. It's very short, but I want to tell you that what it is it was something that I saw in a pattern book, and it wasn't the book that I've got here that I want to show you, but it was something I saw in a quilter's, actually I think it was a web page, a quilter's web page. And it was something I had, seen before in polymer clay, and I thought, well, I'll give this a try. So it's called a block, just a block pattern. I don't know what else to call it. And you use 3 different shades of the same color, and you extrude or cut diamond shapes. And you put these diamond shapes together, and it makes it look like a box. And so I did that. Well, then I was doing that, and I was looking up. I decided I was going to do some quilt patterns in polymer clay. And in looking up quilt patterns, I saw that same block pattern. So it's a quilt pattern. And I thought, well, if I do a series of quilt patterns in polymer clay, that could be my first one. So I took the leftover clay from what I had made those blocks from and extruded them and made them into a cane. So I've got that one, and I may release both at this. I haven't edited that one, but I'll get those out, and then I'm going to start a series on quilt patterns. And let me show you where it started from. I'm trying to clean out my craft room, and I'm not. I get real ambitious, and I go in there for a couple hours, and then I don't go in there again for a couple months. So I'm not getting very far. But one of the things that I found in there in the closet was a canvas bag that I had stored a quilt that I had started to make, 25 years ago. When my son and his wife got married, I went out and bought all of these calico prints in shades of blue and white. And I really love the prints. And let me get my bag out. But, life happens, and I never got them done. But I had made some blocks, like here's one. And this one I think I'm going to do in polymer clay. But I've got all of these different blocks. And let me show you the book. Anyway, when I got these out, I found the book down in the bottom that inspired this. And it's a sampler quilt. Now, this book, let me see if it has a date in it. 1982, if that tells you how long this book has been around. But those are the samplers. So I thought, well, I can take some of these simpler ones and make, like this is the one I showed you a little while ago. I can make a polymer clay quilt out of that one. So I got this out, and of course, let me show you the templates. That's what's so funny. They are so old. They're curled, and they're yellow and dated and everything. But these templates are for a large, like a 12 by 12 quilt block. I've got all these little templates. So I sat down and measured all these templates, and then I drew them out in polymer clay size. So this is 1/4, because this was a 4-inch square, and now I've got it as a 1-inch square. And I've also got a 1/2-inch square, and same thing, 1 inch, 1/2 inch. This is 1 inch across at the bottom. This is 1/2 inch at the bottom, and this is 1 inch at the bottom. That's 1/2 an inch at the bottom. So I'm going to take these templates or whatever. I'm going to laminate them so I can use them over and over. And I'm going to do a series of quilt blocks. And I'll probably do 3 or 4, and I may do a couple of them in different sizes. My hair doesn't look so great today. Do them in different colors, not different sizes, but do them in different colors. And then at the end, after I do enough where I have about 5 or 6 blocks, I'm going to put them together into a project. And I don't want to tell you what the project is yet. I do have one in my mind, but if this takes 6 weeks, in 6 weeks I could change my mind, again. So I'm not going to tell you what, but we're going to make something out of the quilt blocks after we put them together. So I'm looking forward to that. That'll be a long series. And let's see, what else is going on? I've been putting more, another thing I did, putting more items into my eBay store. I did create a store yesterday, so I don't have to list all of them, up for auction or anything. But I'm putting things in my eBay store. Right now, it's mostly Fun Stamper's Journey, rubber stamps, dies, and I don't think I've done embossing folders yet. But things that, I'm either are new that I bought when I was trying to make it into a business, or, but a lot of them I've never used. Most of them I haven't used. Some of them, there's my doorbell. I don't know who that is at 9 o'clock. But anyway, I can't answer it right now. But it distracted me. Where was I? I don't remember. What was I talking about? The doorbell threw me. Oh, I saw a truck pull away. I think it's Amazon. Boy, they come early. But I was talking about the quilts, talking about, eBay. I'm going to be adding some things kind of on a continuous basis, and I may even put some polymer clay items in there, some of the things that I've made. It won't cost me anything to list it. The only having the store, I'm paying for the store, so I'll get 100 free listings every month. So I'll just list them, and if they don't sell, they don't sell. If they do, fine. That would be great. So I'll let you know when I get that done. Just still trying to find ways to make extra money. I don't know, I've racked my brain at 72. I certainly don't want to go out and get a job. And I don't know what I would find at my age, except maybe a cashier somewhere like Walmart or something. So hopefully I won't have to do that. Excuse me, I'm getting a little hoarse. But just wanted to keep you informed as to what's going on. And so I do have the tutorial for Monday, and if I can get busy and get working on these, I'll have some for the next 6 weeks at least. So let's see. Just looking around, see if there's anything new. I don't think there is. So I'm just going to cut this short. I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. Enjoy your Memorial Day weekend if you're Friday Frolics. Bye-bye.